Hi everyone, I'm Jody, Screen Door Girl Free. I'm so glad you're here today with me. Today I'm going to show off my fabric rag wrapped wreath and garland that I made. It's really fun and it's easy, but it takes a lot of time. I just want to warn you, accept it and move on. It's going to take time. I used a rope that I just had laying around, and I duct taped it and I made the circle. And you just work your way around. These are about strips that are about 1.5 inches by about 9 or 10 inches. And you double knot each one. Just double knot it. It's kind of nice to do while you're watching TV or maybe waiting for the kids to come out of school. You don't really have to think. You just do it, and it's kind of nice. Keeps your hands busy. So you double knot. You stagger the knots, and you're going to want to slide them tighter as it gets as it gets fuller, and it'll come together. It's one of those projects that looks a little yucky at first, but then as you do it, starts to fill out, and you say, ooh, it's so nice. And the garland, I just used this, it's like a skinnier rope, and just same thing, tie, 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 tie. This one's about 5 feet. And same thing, it takes time, but it's easy, and it comes together really fun, and the fabrics are so cute, and I like to vary the textures. This is like an organdy, it's called. It's red. It wasn't with the 4th of July fabrics, but it's a little different. But I like the way it kind of adds a little sheer. I just like the way it looks. It came out pretty, and the red kind of stands out. So that's my fabric wrapped wreath and garland, and it was fun to make. I hope you try one. And I also wanted to share my thoughts about freedom, because 4th of July is in about 10 days. So I just, when I think about freedom, I think about our forefathers and how brave they were and the things they fought for, and of course every man and woman that's fighting and that sacrificed so much of their lives, and to this day really so meaningful to me, the bravery. But I also want to share a story that when I think about freedom, and sometimes something stays in your head, and when my youngest son I was helping him with his homework one night, I guess it was about 10 years ago, and he was reading about the slaves and about Harriet Tubman and how they got to freedom, and they used to follow the North Star constellations to get to the north, and they told the story, and it was really interesting to me, and how brave she was. She helped a lot of slaves get to freedom. And she was trying to escape, and her husband was going to rat her out. But she felt so strongly. She tried once, and she got punished, and she wanted to try again. And I wanted to just read this. It's from swir.com. It's all about Harriet Tubman, and just about her thoughts. And this is when she decided to go for it anyway. And she says, there was one of two things I had a right to, liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other. For no man should take me alive. I should fight for my liberty as long as my strength lasted. So she was determined that she was going to be free. And she was so strong and powerful to me. And then she says, when she crossed the Mason-Dixon line, Harriet Tubman had this to say: when I found I had crossed that line, the line to freedom, I looked at my hands to see if I was the same person. There was such a glory over everything. The sun came like gold through the trees. I felt like I was in heaven. I was free. But then she says, but there was nobody to welcome me to the land of freedom. I was a stranger in a strange land. And she went on to get her family back up, and she helped so many people get free. But to me, that was such, like I said, a powerful message, that somebody would think that they were a different person because they were free. And I try not to take it for granted. And that's, to me, what the fireworks are about, and the celebration, and just, when I feel that pride in my country, just that freedom is available to everybody, and at the core of our country. And all the things that are wrong with our country, that's certainly one thing that's right. So have a happy 4th of July, and I hope you try my fabric wreath, and I hope you feel free today in every way and every day. Thanks for listening to me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.